Everyone, welcome to the 12th episode of Mahabharata Chronicles. A wise individual once said, "A person often meets his destiny on the road he took to avoid it." Ironical but true. Kans wanted to prove the prophecy wrong. He thought he was all powerful and could control destiny. He was blinded with power. His obsession turned him into a cruel and merciless monster. But then, how much ever dark the night may be, it eventually always ends, right? Despite his utmost effort to kill the babies of his sister Devki, the seventh and the eighth child survived. The seventh child was Balaram, the human form of celestial serpent Sheshanag. He was born in Gokul to Rohini, Vasudev's first wife. Following the instructions from the skies, Vasudev had taken the eighth child to Gokul. He left him with his friend Nanda. This child was named Krishna, a beautiful child with dark complexion and a lovely, captivating smile. While returning from Gokul, on Nan's insistence, Vasudev had taken Nan's baby daughter back to prison in place of Krishna. When Kans saw the child with Devki, he was surprised and confused. He did not expect it to be a girl. But then, assuming it to be a trick and not wanting to take any chance, he tried to kill her. But to his astonishment, she magically slipped from his grasp, and before disappearing, she took a form of a goddess. Her words echoed in the prison, declaring to Kans that the one to kill him was already born in Gokul. Kans understood. He was deceived, and he vowed to find the missing baby and kill him. Later, Kans freed Devki and Vasudev. 8 children were born, and there was no reason for him to keep them in prison anymore. His entire focus shifted to finding the 8th child and kill him. He sent his spies to Gokul. He wanted to find out how many babies were born on that fateful night. There were a few, and baby Krishna was one among them. But Kans did not know which one was Devki's child. Now he could not just go and publicly kill all the babies like that. His subjects would have rebelled against him. But he did not wish to give up. He strongly felt that the baby had to be from among the ones born that night. So he used deception. He sent a demon, Putana, who was very faithful to him, to find and kill all the infants who were born that night. Putna was a demon who could disguise herself. She disguised herself as a regular village lady and roamed around unnoticed in Gokul. Nobody suspected her. Taking advantage of that, she began killing newborns by feeding them milk laced with poison. But then, when she tried to kill the child of Yashoda and Nanda by feeding him milk, a miracle happened. This small child sucked life out of Putna. Putna was killed. This was the first display of divinity by Krishna. And Kans understood that this infant Krishna was indeed 8th child of Devaki. Once he identified the child, he sent another powerful demon to kill him. However, he was also killed by Krishna. Desperate Kans then sent series of demons to kill Krishna. But all his demons met their end in the hands of this infant, the son of Yashoda and Nanda. Kans knew Krishna was the one, but all his efforts to harm him were futile. There was something divine about this child. Nothing could harm him. After a few years in Gokul, Krishna, as a child, moved to Vrindavan with his family and spent his childhood years in Vrindavan. Krishna grew up as a playful child among the innocent villagers of Vrindavan. The villagers knew he was divine, but for his mother Yashoda, he was just her little child. For other children, he was just their friend. For the women in the village, he was naughty kid who stole butter. They found his divine and mischievous feats endearing. They called him Nandalal, Kanha, Kanhaiya, Govinda, Gopal, and Makhan Chor with love and immense devotion. Vrindavan was filled with stories of Krishna's mischiefs and divinity. Be it humbling the ferocious serpent Kalia to save water from becoming poisonous, or killing the demons sent by Kans. Interestingly, it was not only the serpent Kalia that was humbled by Krishna. He taught a lesson in humility to Indra too. Indra is worshipped as god of heavens and controller of rains. It was customary those times to worship him for good rains. Once, Indra got upset with the villagers because they made some lapses in their offerings to please him. Furious, he showered the village with continuous rain for days together, causing a big flood. Villagers panicked with fear. It was a deluge, and there was no respite from the rain's fury. Seeing no stopping of the rain, the villagers went to Krishna. Krishna smiled as he looked up the sky. He then picked up a large mountain called Govardhan on his little finger, like an umbrella. The Govardhan on his little finger shielded all the residents, including the animals. Indra saw that. He was mortified, his ego vanquished. He bowed to Krishna. He understood the true identity of Krishna. Who else could have power to quash his arrogance? Dressed like a normal cowherd, crowned with a peacock feather, and flute tucked into his robes, little Krishna was heart of Vrindavan. The tune of his flute mesmerized humans and animals alike. With him around, the villagers lived a blissful life. Time passed. When Krishna and Balram were adolescents, Kans invited them to Mathura. Kans was as such their maternal uncle. He called them to witness a wrestling match at a ceremony. He hoped he would find an opportunity to kill them. But Krishna knew his sinister intention, and it was time to end his evil rule. Both brothers went to Mathura to see the ceremony. There, Kans unleashed elephants and his mighty wrestlers to kill Balaram and Krishna. Both brothers were powerful and skilled warriors. They pushed the elephants and defeated all of Kansa's wrestlers. Finally, it was time to confront Kans. Kans was sitting on a throne on a raised platform watching Krishna defeat his wrestlers. He realized his end was near, but his arrogance got best of him. Instead of seeking his forgiveness, he sought to fight him in a duel. The time had come. Krishna pulled him down by his hair and slayed him. Kans was killed. The people of Mathura celebrated with joy. This was the end of the evil rule. The prophecy had come true. There is an eternal belief in Hinduism, and I'm talking about Hinduism not as a religion but as a way of life. The eternal belief in Hinduism that how much ever powerful evil might be, it will be eventually defeated stems from its epics and scriptures. And over the period, it is so strongly embedded in our culture that you, me, all of us believe in it. Isn't it? Amazing if you think about it. The way this belief intertwines the importance of karma as well as destiny is so beautiful. Coming back to Mathura, after killing Kans, Krishna freed Kansa's father from the prison and reinstated him as the ruler of Mathura. After returning from Mathura, Krishna and Balram reclaimed a portion of the sea and established their beautiful kingdom and named its capital Dwarka. As a ruler of Dwarka, Krishna was called Dwarkadish. Settled in Dwarka, Krishna fondly remembered Radha, his love. He knew he would cherish her memories forever. He also missed Sudama, his childhood friend, and hoped to see him again. He had left them behind. He had left Vrindavan behind, for he had a purpose to fulfill. And ending the evil rule of Kans was only the beginning. End of episode.